Hello and welcome to Trading 5 Talents. In today's video, I want to go over the first trade that I closed using my trading bot on Option Alpha. So this is in my live trading account through Tradier, and I just wanted to go over, the first experience that I had doing this live. So I've been using Option Alpha service for a few months now, since December, and it's just a platform where you can create bots. You don't have to know any code, but you can create an options trading bot, and then you can deploy it in either a paper environment or in a live brokerage account. And so I've been trading paper for quite a while. I just converted over to live with one of my bots last week. And so here are the results so far. But before we begin, if you want to check out Option Alpha, there's a link down in the description. I've also posted in the community the bots that I'm currently testing and the one that I'm trading live. All right, so first of all, this is the bot that I am using. This is my live bot right here. This is called the Ironfly Trailing Stop. So if you click on this, and what I've been doing is I've been trading an iron butterfly or an iron fly every day at the money, 10 strikes wide, with a 7 DTE on all legs. And then when I first started, I just closed it at 15% profit, or I closed at a 30% loss. So it was a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So what I found in some early testing, and I'll leave a link to the video for that. In the early testing, I found that either just letting the Ironfly expire or putting a trailing stop on the Ironfly, which you can do in using Option Alpha, but you can't do, for example, with Robinhood. Both of those variants were able to make more money than just the 1530 exit. So I wasn't really comfortable leaving everything until expiration. So what I did is I deployed my trailing stop variant in my live account, and that's what this one is right here. So as of right now, I've got 3 positions that are open. You can see right here, 3 positions that are open, and then 1 closed position. So let's take a look at how this bot is set up. So I go into my settings. So unfortunately, there are 2 settings here in Option Alpha. So when you click on a bot, you got settings up here at the top, but then you also have settings over here on the left. And so I think sometimes that might cause confusion, but in any case, the settings up here at the top is what I'm looking at, the settings for this specific bot. So I click on the entry scanner, and this is going to show you how I enter a new trade. And so I can open a position because I have the money. I haven't opened one yet today, and I'm doing this at noon every day. And once it does that, it looks for these conditions right here. And I've gone through just about all of this before in a previous video, but basically I'm just using SPY. My DTE is 7 at the money short call. Therefore, it's going to be an at the money short put, which is the same strike as a short call. The long call and the long put are 10 strikes further out of the money, and I'm using inputs that you can edit over here, and you can see what those long calls are. 10 above the short call leg. For the long put, it's 10 below the short put leg, and my expiration is 7 DTE. All right, so once it finds those conditions, it opens the Ironfly right here, and then we're done. Okay, so it does that. It's looking to open every 15 minutes, but it won't actually open until noon. And then once it's open, I have a monitor that scans. Again, every 15 minutes, these automations run. And this is what I'm looking for. So for every butterfly position, I want to ask the first question, does it expire today? And is the market time after 2:30 p.m.? Now, the reason I'm asking this is because apparently from what I've read, according to Tradier, the broker account that I use, that there is an option assignment fee, and you could also be assigned options. And because of that risk, I don't want to have that assignment possibility at all. And so that starts at 3 p.m. market time. So I don't want to be in a position after 3. So what I'm doing is at 2:30, it's going to run this check. And if it's after 2:30, which means the next time the bot will run will be 2:45, that's when it's going to close the position if it hasn't closed because of my profit target or my stop loss. So if the position is still open by 2:45, I'll be out of the market. Again, 15 minutes before that that assignment becomes an issue. Okay, so if it's after that, it's going to close the position and it's going to tag the position as closed before expiration. All right, if it's not 2:30 on the day of expiration or 2:45 on the day of expiration, it's going to look for this right here. And it says position trails a start trailing stop target by trailing stop percent. Again, I've gone over this before, but basically I am going to start my trailing stop at 15%. And because this is a live environment and this is a live bot, I didn't want to have a 5% trailing stop. I wanted it really tight. And so I set it to 2.5%. And it's actually controlled, if I X out of here, it's actually controlled by this bot level input. You can see my trailing stop is 2.5%, and then it starts at 15%. Okay, so let's go back into that trailing stop decision tree. All right, so it's going to start trailing stop at 15%. It's going to trail that high of the position by 2.5%. It's going to tag it, and then it's going to close the position once it hits that trail. If it hasn't hit the trail yet, let's say it never goes into profit, it just starts losing money. What's going to happen now is the premium, it's going to follow this path. If the premium position increases by my stop loss in this bot is set at 30%. So if it hits 30% increase, which means I'm losing 30%, I'm going to tag the position as stopped out, and then I'm going to close the position. Okay, so basically I'm going to get out before expiration. I'm going to hit my profit target, or I'm going to get stopped out. So those are the three options here. All right, so that happens every 15 minutes. My bot level inputs are down here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the most ideal way to set up this bot. This is how I just did it based on what I knew. So I'll optimize, the settings and the efficiency of it. I wanted to start live with this because I feel pretty comfortable with the iron fly strategy, but I am still testing several other variations to see if I can improve on this strategy. But for now, I'm starting small. $2,000 is all that's allocated. And again, I'm just opening every day. And in this case, I'm not skipping any binary events. And so what I found when I was running the iron fly strategy in my paper account, that if I just let it go without skipping any, FOMC releases, any Fed speeches, I still had a pretty good return. So that's why I'm just letting this one go. Okay, so let's take a look at the trades that have opened. So the first trade was opened down here. And so if I click on this, you can see that it was opened at noon on April 3rd. So that was this past Monday. It got tagged, trailing stop started, and so you can see it hit 15.6%. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was towards the end of the day, and it never dropped below 2.5% for that day. So when it opened up the next morning, you can see the following day, this is the first time this automation went into effect. It was already at 7.46%. So it hit 15.6%. It finally dropped below 2.5% by the next day. And in fact, it dropped, almost 8% by the next day. And so this is when it exited that position for me. And so I made 7.46% on this trade, and then I gained $42. All right, for the other trades, so they would be this one, open the next day. You can see, obviously, we're still open. It ended yesterday at market close at 22.58. So really, this is the high. Now, ideally, what's going to happen when the market opens after the weekend, if my position high is less than 20%, that's 2.5% less than this. If it's less than 20%, it's going to close. If my position high continues to increase, then what's going to happen is my trailing stop will also increase. And so as soon as my position high falls below my trailing stop percentage, which is 2.5% for this bot, that's when it's going to close. However, as of right now, it only closes every 15 minutes because that's how frequently this bot automation works. Now, I hope, though, that they're going to change that here on Option Alpha, and that it's going to start monitoring that position every minute. And so, you won't have a wild profit depreciation within that 15 minutes in between those automation scans. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and I hope it hope it gets released soon. But as of right now, this one's doing pretty good. You can see this trade right here, $20, 3.29%, and this one here at $14. So again, we're opening every day, and so far the bot is doing well. If we look at the dashboard, there's only one closed trade. So I did find out, someone pointed out that if there's a little drop down right here, so you could see your total P&L, which is realized and unrealized, and then you also can just show your closed profit and loss, so your realized gains or losses. So that's nice. All right, so if you're interested in trying this particular bot out, I did make a template out of it. So if you just go over to community, the community tab over here, and you can go to bot templates, or I believe you can just type in Trading 5 Talents. So if you just type in Trading 5 Talents, I labeled it with Trading 5 Talents at the name so that it would be easier to search. And if you want to take a look at it, you can. So that's that. So if you want to use Option Alpha, link is down below. If you want to use this bot, then I would highly recommend that you try it in paper trading first, just so you get the feel of how bot trading works in a live environment. So one nice thing about this as well is Option Alpha actually sends you an email when your positions are open and closed. So here's the email I got when the position opened. You can see I got it at noon, and the position opened at noon, and it just says, what bot was controlling this position, all the details of your position, and what your entry price is. And then when it closes, I got this email, and you can see it closed at 9:45. I got the email at 9:45, and it just says position closed, and then it tells you how much you made. So obviously that's really convenient. I'm sure you could probably get it through your broker, in my case, Tradier. But it's nice that Option Alpha actually sends these emails out, and you can control that in your Option Alpha account as well, of what types of notifications you get. So in any case, I just wanted to quickly share my experiences so far this first week with live trading using Option Alpha. So far, it's been a good week, and I hope we can continue that into next week. So if you have any questions about the service or about the strategy, please leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer it as quickly as possible. Or if you're on Option Alpha, then go ahead and ask me in the community there or under one of the posts that I have, and I'll try to answer you there as well. In the meantime, trade wisely and take care.